Hello, everyone. First of all, yeah, I am not Jared, as you can tell. He's in tech right now. I currently intect him in the technology that I found from the Shiruk or Shiruvi. I forget what it's called. Actually, he's in California, I believe. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but hopefully he had a happy May 4th. This is a Star Wars month. It's not even just Star Wars Day anymore. We've got Celebration coming at the end of May, and of course, Revenge of the 5th? Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Can we also say Revenge of the 6th and just keep going?
Might as well.
Yes, please.
All right, sounds good. Uh,
Never stop.
anyway, so guys, we've got a special person on this show, right? Tonight. I'm not sure if we want to reveal his face yet. Maybe we do. I'm not entirely sure. But let's see. Let's see if we can give the audience a guess here. Those of you in the chat, you probably already know who he is. He is a Legends Look Back fan. He loves us so much. He writes me every day. I can't get enough of it. Andrew Bell, how are you, buddy?
I am doing phenomenal.
How did you spend your May 4th?
So most of it was spent at home doing housework. But I did clean up like my Star Wars room, so that's kind of on theme. And then I went to trivia last night and let down and disappointed my ancestors and my friends and my family and everybody related to me because we came in second at Star Wars trivia.
Oh man,
who was first? Eric?
I don't remember if Eric got first.
Slimo?
I never heard back. Yeah, well, and we got every question right, and then the final question was, what were the odds that C-3PO said that prompted Han Solo to say, "Never tell me the odds"? And instead of keeping it in the thousands, we had the digits right. We just bumped it up to the millions instead. That was the tiebreaker. Everything up to that point we were perfect on.
So. Sounds great.
Anyways.
Well, you know what they say. What did Ricky Bobby say about second place?
First loser.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you've let us all down, Andrew Bell, but I'm glad you cleaned up your room.
I'm just glad that I'm still allowed to be on the show tonight, despite utter
just
disappointment.
Wrap it up on a high note there. So we'll see you next week, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Rick Grace, how about you? What did you do for May 4th?
I was at church doing the whole church thing. It's my job, but also, I choose to be there too. And it was fun. And youth group kids got to celebrate. They're not huge Star Wars fans though, so I had to tell them a little bit about what Star Wars was. And I told everyone that I encountered that it's an intergalactic holiday, and they need to celebrate it if they claim to be culturally sensitive and all that. So, and it was fun. It was fun. We definitely are going to have to do a Star Wars movie marathon with youth group soon, because it's just time for a new generation to learn.
Speaking of that, how would you start it? Would you start at the original chronological or numerical chronological, date chronological?
Yeah, I really wrestle with that. It probably depends on the audience, and yeah, it's hard. I probably would start numerical order. I don't know. I go back and forth. I really hope that someone's seen at least one before I get to them, so I can know where to go next. But it's a really hard question.
Yeah, it is.
Have y'all ever done machete order?
Mm-hmm. That's for my favorites.
Yeah.
What's machete order?
It's like 4 and then 5, 1, 2, 3, or something, and then
6.
And then 6. Yeah. There's a
that sounds like a fun way.
There's a revised one that adds in the sequel trilogy too.
Yeah.
That's like, I forget what it's called, but and it's good though. Like, it kind of bookmarks Rey's story or the whole Skywalker story. Anyway, there's no wrong way to watch Star Wars movies.
True. Emily, how about you? What did you how did you celebrate May 4th? Were you like me and didn't do anything?
Oh my gosh. I am truly in survival mode right now. Baby is like right here, right off the screen. So if you hear any like weird grunting noises, that's what he's doing. But yeah, so life has been a little bit crazy. And so I completely forgot it was May 4th until my father-in-law messaged me like May the fourth be with you. Like something very simple. And of course I sent a gift back of like a Tuscan Raider, but I completely forgot. It's also my daughter's birthday tomorrow, so it's like I've had other things to think about as well. So that's why reason why I was like, oh, let's keep it going. Like May the 6th. What was it? Revenge of the 6th. Let's do the 6th instead of the 5th. I feel like it just kind of, I don't know. Does it work?
Sure.
It works
I feel
both
like
ways.
It should work.
I'm going to use it for both days. No one's going to stop me. So
I think Sith is phonetically closer to Sith.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's six. Yeah. It's Sith with what? One extra letter?
It's either the first sounds or the last sounds of the word.
Yeah, it is an extra letter.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we should probably get this show on a roll. What do you say, guys?
Let's do
it.
I gotta find the right button.
We'll find it.
All right.
The one right in front of you.
I really should be better at this.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Legends Lookback, proudly part of the Utini Podcast Network, a Star Wars book podcast to listen to while you eat your 3D Doritos, where we celebrate our rich EU history as we dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Freddie C., and filling in for Jared Mays today. He is, like I said earlier, he's in tech somewhere in California, so hopefully he comes back soon. But we've got a couple special guests today, right? We've got the the fact that one could produce a human and be on Legends Look Back almost a few weeks later. Emily Daybeck, how do you do it?
Like this. He is just hanging out. Darth Tumnus is indeed joining me in the flesh. He's quite a fun little guy. I've already had to change my shirt once today. Because he violently puked all over me immediately before we started recording. So if you see me immediately disappear, you'll know where I am. And chat, I'm going to do my best to engage with you vocally because I can't really type with one hand very well. But yeah, very excited to be here. I know nothing about Dark Forces. So I'm really excited to learn more about a new area of Star Wars I haven't explored yet.
It's going to be fantastic. And along with us today, we've got what should I say? The illustrious, the puppeteer.
Illustrious, I like that.
The illustrious puppeteer behind the scenes, Rick Grace.
Hey, I don't have time to grab anything that I could use as a puppet, so it's just me. Yeah. You know the whole hand gag? Like I did that in first grade. Had my whole class rolling. That's good stuff. But yeah, I'm here. Oh, you can't see my name because my Star Wars thing. I'll have to fix that. Oh, look, I'll just.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a pro.
I know.
It's almost like you're the producer or something.
How long do I have to hold this? It could be it's a puppet too. Ruff, 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 ruff. Oh, it's awkward now. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm here.
But that was just a good thumbnail right there. A little dog shadow puppet, classic dog shadow puppet. There we go. For those of you, who cannot see this on the other side, on the audio side of things,
hurt my neck.
Come watch the live show. It's fun. You get
glorious.
to see a bunch of puppets, and you never know. You might this show might be taken over by puppets in the future.
That would be epic.
Intact puppets.
Intact puppets for sure.
I like it.
And with us, drum roll please, a special guest, his long-awaited return to Legends Look Back, Andrew Bell.
Yeah.
I don't have a fancy nameplate, and I think last time I was on the show, I just got like a cardboard and a Sharpie.
That's right. Right.
And
I just about that.
But I ended up just looking like a homeless person, like at an intersection.
It was
holding
wonderful,
it up, so.
though.
But yeah, just so imagine it says Andrew Bell. Hold on, I'm mirrored.
There it is.
There we go. Right there.
Right on your ruggable.
Hey,
we're not
right on my ruggable.
If you have any more children, Andrew, you should just like Sharpie on their forehead and hold them up. You know.
If I were my father, I'd make a joke about that being how I would tell them apart, but I'm not my father.
Oh.
Well, that was interesting.
I would like to point out that after Emily's wardrobe change, all three of us are now wearing the same shirt, and Freddie is the odd man out.
Oh.
I think we all got our shirts from Corey today.
You teeny merch, what up?
Woo!
We are
Oh, yeah,
showing out at Celebration
somewhere.
this year.
It's like some strong cult energy right now. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. We love cults.
That was-
here at Legends Lookback.
We're decidedly pro cult.
Yes. Go
Let
on
the
the record.
record state.
Jared leaves for 1 week and Legends Lookback becomes pro cult.
Welcome to the Cult Show. I'm the High Priest, and
Puppet
Oh
master.
my gosh.
Does anybody have any crystals to
The
make
cult
sure
of
that
Bakura.
Oh, there we go. We got
Oh.
it. We're done. Found it.
That was wonderful.
Well, besides moving on from the cult language, you know what? It's what we love, right? There's a Star Wars cult. We're all a cult. Just a niche of that cult, I guess.
yes, I'm gonna get fired.
And it keeps us going, though. But you know what? It's not just our fandom that keeps us going. We've got some amazing patrons. Emily, how about some updates with our Patreon?
Sure. So Friday, Tanner Robinson joined as a monthly member, and Mike A upped his annual membership, and then David Bruto, which is Rocky Zim. I thought it was Zimbo. Is it not? Rocky Zim. Okay. Anyway, from Discord, I know Rocky. Became an annual patron. Patron specifically thanks to Legends Lookback. He specifically thanks Legends Lookback. Sorry, we're losing a pacifier over here. It's a little bit crazy.
No worries.
Anyway, thank you so
That
much
was-
for your support, Patreon. Like, you guys really do keep the lights on. You enable us to get better audio equipment, visual equipment, to start new shows and have new content. So thank you so much for what you do. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you.
And that was all, in case you didn't hear that in the background, that was Darth Tumnus approving
Darth
of
Tumnus.
everyone there. So, yeah, thank you, patrons of the Patreon.
Maybe
Yeah.
if we get some more patrons, we can afford to get Andrew a lower third graphic.
Yes, there you go.
But
And
we'll
like it.
have to fundraise.
Next Patreon
Absolutely.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some big news. Now through June 30th, new annual memberships will get an exclusive celebration discount of 16% off their purchase, which is effectively 2 months free. So it's the highest discount we've offered, I believe. And we want to celebrate Star Wars month and celebration with you. And hopefully we've got a lot of huge projects coming in, a lot of cool content getting planned. And in order to do this, we need some server space to store a lot of this cool content. We want to hang out with everybody too. So it's all going towards this cult of Star Wars that we have created around us, I guess.
Yes, the cult.
The cult.
Fund us.
Fund us,
Feed the
please.
cult.
Feed the cult. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna do a Thraken thrift store today because we've got Andrew on, who hasn't been here in a while. He's got some pretty cool Legendsy stuff to show us. Andrew, what would you like to show us today?
So the first one up, this is a toy that I had as a child, that tragically got lost temporarily. And by lost temporarily, I mean my dog ate it. And by temporarily, I mean we did later find it, but it was no longer in condition to be a toy. But thankfully, I found this at a antique toy store. It is the Luke Skywalker from Shadows of the Empire,
Oh, nice.
Yes.
which is something I still have yet to read. But
Oh, you're
this
in for
is-
a treat.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I love all the controversial books. Like, that's my brand. So anyways, so I found this. I was super excited because the one that I had growing up didn't have the really cool helmet or staff. So yeah, and it's still in the box because that's the kind of collector I am, the boring kind.
Nah, man, that's good.
Kind.
Yeah.
The mint
So this,
condition.
yes. And so the second one up tonight is
Jared approves, by the way.
Oh, he does. Beautiful.
He does.
Is the man of the hour himself.
Yes.
Oh man.
And this one comes to me courtesy of Mr. Trevor Davey from the Star Wars
Oh.
Archives.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's what he got me for our Secret Santa last year.
Oh,
Nice.
what a
So,
awesome gift.
which apparently between, I guess, me and Jared, I don't know who else, but like apparently I have a little bit of a rep for being the Kyle Katarn aficionado on the team, which stresses me out a little bit because we're talking about him tonight, and I realize I probably don't know about as much about him as I thought I did. So,
Hey, you probably know more about him than us. That's for sure. So good deal.
Jared said in the chat, he says, I have the Shizor figure, but I keep him locked up in his package to seal away the pheromones. It would not be, they'll just look back if we didn't talk about those pheromones.
It would be like a Toy Story scene where, like, if he takes him out of the box and then he comes back in the room and all of the other action figures are just on a pile on top of Shizor.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting
Andrew,
more and more culty the more we keep going.
All right, you're right. All
moving
right.
right along.
Father Priest Freddy, continue for us, please.
Father Priest. So yeah, okay, there we go. Well, Emily, have you had anything? That's a beautiful book in the background over there. That's the Han Solo trilogy, right?
It is. I'm almost done with the first book with
Yay.
Paradise Snare. And
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't,
the,
I know that there's a betrayal somewhere and I'm waiting for it. I'm like,
Nothing.
I know that it's coming,
No,
but I
no.
don't know how.
Yeah, no, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
No betrayals.
Oh no, I'm so
Everything's
excited.
fine. This is fine. It's a great story.
But
Happy
yeah,
ending.
I totally
That's the,
see how the Bria. Anyway, I won't talk about that because
It's gonna be great.
Bria,
Yeah,
who's
go
that?
back and listen to the round table episode if you want to learn more about that.
That's right. That's right. We just did a roundtable on that, and just for
Yeah.
those who are listening, that's the Barnes and Noble hardcover, beautiful leather-bound look with beautiful graphics on it with the Millennium Falcon. Just in case you're wondering, you can use our Utini link, get some money. Maybe not because it's Barnes and Noble, so never mind.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Cool. So Emily, sorry, did you have anything there? we got into that
just making
Han
sure.
Solo. In case you don't know, we love our Star Wars here.
This is new to you. But yeah, no, I don't think I have anything new since the last
Besides the
week.
baby.
Yeah,
Besides the baby. Darth Tumnus, the next dark Sith. Got it. So I'll show this book.
Yeah.
It's one that I have. It's in storage somewhere, but I found it again, and it was fairly inexpensive. And it's one of my favorite books, especially growing up. But it's the Essential Guide to Characters.
Yeah.
I'm holding that up there, and it's got, what is that? Mara Jade. Got Jabba. Oh, that's not Jabba. Jabba's over on this side. There we go.
Yeah.
Other way. And it's got some interesting characters here. Look, here's Kip Duran. Kip Duran, you see that, guys?
Nope, there you go.
There he is. Yeah.
Kip Duran.
Oh, he's just as
He's
suave
buxom.
as I
What
expected.
in the world? He's got some hips.
Are we
looks
sure
like.
that's not Kevin Costner from Waterworld?
It might be. It says here that his hair is a dark brown. His eye color is unknown. His height is unknown. Let's see. His weapon of choice, lightsaber, violet and white. Oh, look at that. Vehicle of choice, Sun Crusher.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Rip.
RIP for that one.
My man
Oh,
commits
F's in the
one
chat.
genocide and just can't people just won't let it go.
Reputation, you can't recover from it.
Hey,
Nope.
It's just one little genocide. I mean, come on.
Just it's so tiny. And I got this other book here, which it's more of a magazine than a book. Issue 137 of Famous Monsters of Filmland.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see that there.
Huh.
It's a very old.
They put Tarkin on there.
He's
Yes.
he's probably the scariest
that?
monster on there.
I mean, that's very appropriate.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a pretty old magazine. It looks fairly old. I don't know if you can see the edges there, but I haven't opened it yet. I barely looked at it and decided, yes, I absolutely want this. So I'm pretty excited to see it.
Yes,
It's
I
a
will
special
take that.
issue, Star Wars, Famous Monsters of Filmland, issue 137. If you want to take a look at that online, best issue ever, 1977 yearbook. So that's all I have.
Nice.
Some blast from the past.
Yeah.
How about you, Rick?
So yeah, funny story. I actually decided, big turning point in my life. I decided that I have enough, and so I'm just gonna stop and read the books that I have, and really just take advantage of all the blessings I have. Plus, my credit cards are maxed out, so all my purchases from yesterday didn't go through, and so I had seriously like stuff from Amazon I ordered yesterday, and none of my cards are working, so I missed that deal.
Dang.
How many of those Boba Fett mega Funko Pops did you order?
None. I was going for small deals like $8 Funkos and like a $15 Black Series, but nothing made it. So that's okay. I'll be all right without them. But maybe next week I'll turn a new leaf or something.
You know what
Definitely.
you could do instead of buying the action figures? Start an investment account. I've heard that that's a really good alternative to spending money on collectibles. I just heard it somewhere.
Yes. You know, my Dogecoin is still doing poorly, so I don't think that's
Oh.
That's so funny. Well, on to some non-related Dogecoin cryptocurrencies. Although, do you think that the galactic, it's probably like a form of cryptocurrency, the galactic credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't take any galactic credits here because we're in Tatooine.
Why haven't we?
We're gonna have Kenobi Week, guys.
Hmm.
I'm so excited for Kenobi Week.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, so we've got Kenobi Week from May 15th to the 21st. Rick, how about we run down that schedule? There's a lot going on Monday through Saturday, it looks like.
Yeah. So here's what we got. A lot of different shows coming up. But it starts the 15th, and you can check out The Living Force. They're going to spotlight the character that is Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's on the Monday. Then the Wednesday night, The Cosmic Force is going over, I think, the new Obi-Wan comic, I believe. Then Thursday on this humble show, Legends Look Back, we're not a cult, we'll be talking about Kenobi, the book by John Jackson Miller. And then Friday, we're picking up an old tradition of bringing back some game nights, something with Obi-Wan, still not sure exactly. And then Saturday on Star Wars Archives, The Ben Years. Very ominous. And lots more coming through our other social media channels and avenues. So stay tuned to all the exciting stuff coming from Utini during the Kenobi Week. So cool.
So Rick, what can I do to prepare for Kenobi Week?
I'm so glad you asked that, Emily Daybeck.
I love it.
Here is what you can do. You can pick up this book you might have heard of called Kenobi by John Jackson Miller, friend of the show, friend of the Star Wars universe and Star Trek, might I say. And he recently, this book was re-released as part of the Essential Legends collection, and it's been an unabridged audio book performed by Mark Thompson. And so you can pick up that audiobook for free if you don't already have an Audible account at utini.com/Audible. What happens if you backslash? I've always wondered. It's always /. Anyway, something else you can do is pick up The Journals of Obi-Wan Kenobi. A quicker read, perhaps, so that you're ready for the Cosmic Force. And there's an affiliate link that we'll drop in the Discord if you don't already have that. So check out that for information on those books. What else are we talking about tonight, Freddie?
Well, I think if you use the backslash instead of the /, this game just appears on your screen called Tron. I haven't played it yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've also there's a lot of content coming on soon, and there's a lot of Kenobi related stuff, and the trailer just dropped. I mean, we're inundated with Kenobi right now, and I'm very glad that, first of all, we'll go back to John Jackson Miller right for a second. That new Kenobi book, if you do end up buying that book, it's actually going to go into his pocket. So a lot of the books that we see now, right, that they're all resale, they don't make any money. So
yeah,
if you want to support John Jackson Miller, who in my opinion is one of the best legends, he's definitely in the top 5, absolutely. Top 5, not even legends, I would just say Star Wars authors.
Yeah,
pick up that book. It's a beautiful cover too. Have you guys seen the cover?
Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous.
So good. So good.
Freddie, are you gonna buy this one?
I might actually. We've got an affiliate link as well. If we're gonna are we gonna do anything with that?
We can drop it in Discord as well.
Okay,
No.
yeah, we'll drop that Discord, the affiliate link in Discord, so that if you wanna support the show, support John Jackson Miller, that's the way to do it. So it's a win-win, right, guys? What do you think?
I like it.
Win-win.
Let's do it.
But I think it's time for the main show. I don't know if we want to do any. Are we doing a commercial today? We skipping over that?
Let's just skip it. Go right into it.
Okay. All right, main show. What are we doing today, guys? Why do we bring Andrew here to is he here to humor us? Is he our jester for the day?
Hmm.
We're
what is he
indoctrinating
gonna
him
do?
into the cult, I thought.
Yes. It's
Oh,
Now
okay.
we're
That's
doing-
what I was told.
induction.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think the best
Mm.
way to do that, if we want to induct someone into a cult, we have to
Induct
force
him,
them to
if you
do
will.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've already got some Kool-Aid mixed up in the kitchen. So y'all
Ooh.
whenever you say the word, I'll go ahead.
Ooh.
That might actually-
Ooh.
Yeah.
It feels like there's some dark forces behind this episode.
Ah!
Oh, well done.
maybe
Transition.
it's a
Well done.
mystery of the Sith.
Hey.
On this
If I keep,
revenge
if
of
I
the
keep
fifth
these
day.
jokes up, I'm going to be an outcast.
Oh! But we'll soldier for the Empire on.
So good, man. This is great. I love
We're
this
all
episode
fired.
already.
Yeah.
We're definitely fired. This is the last time you see all of our faces. So we're talking about dark forces. In case you didn't pick up on that pun, there was a lot of them. We just
Yes.
threw out a bunch, so
Yes.
apologies.
Yep.
Dark forces. So why talk about dark forces? What is dark forces to us? Why is it significant?
Honestly, I don't know much about Dark Forces other than like just the publishing, and like I've not experienced a lot of these stories. I played some video games connected to it, or at least I've seen like some gameplay clips, and of course I have some of the books we'll talk about later. But this is still an unknown area for me, so I'm excited about this episode to learn. What about the rest of y'all? Who
Yeah.
knows more about Dark Forces?
So I kind of
Andrew,
missed
for
out.
sure.
I kind of missed out on the original Dark Forces game because it was like slightly before my time. But growing up, we had Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. We didn't actually have the Mysteries of the Sith expansion. We did, however, have a demo for Mysteries of the Sith expansion, which had the first level from the expansion pack, which I'm not even kidding. We played that over and over and over. And when I say we, I'm like me and my brothers and stuff. And so like was a big fan of that. Well, then Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy, I don't even know how many times I've played each of those through to completion. Jedi Academy specifically because you could customize your character, which was kind of revolutionary for the time. You had like dark side, light side options. The game could go different ways, have different endings. And so I'd play it and play it and play it. But like I think like growing up, Kyle Katarn was kind of like that gruff action hero in Star Wars that you would get with other media, like with like the A-Team and stuff like that. Like he was the Star Wars version of those typical 90s action heroes. But on top of that, really too, now that I think about like, I think what was so impactful was because I didn't grow up reading the books. These games were like my true like introduction to feeling like, oh, I get to be a Jedi. Like it's not Luke Skywalker, but like I am playing the hero's journey. I am being a Jedi. And like these games like truly capture that entire journey, start to finish, from like a story, gameplay, all of that.
Yeah. And Dark Forces, it was more than just video games, right? We had some novellas. I believe there's some very I guess in the show notes it's even written Trevor-esque comments, and it's funny because I was thinking that in my head before
Yes.
we even said it.
Yes.
Trevor-esque comics that you would probably find somewhere in like a bubblegum wrapper, right? Just very Trevor-esque. Some audio dramas as well. Rick, what kind of video games encompassed this Dark Force saga?
Yeah, so we have Dark Forces, big surprise there. Then Jedi Knight, Mysteries of the Sith, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy.
Yeah. And then we had a couple novellas as well. Emily, do you want to take a stab at those?
Sure. So I'm seeing we've got Soldier for the Empire, Rebel Agent, and Jedi Knight.
So interesting. Yeah, and
Which-
it's funny reading a lot of these things. I haven't thought of some of these games in a long time. These novellas I haven't remembered, and then of course the audio dramas. We've got some audio dramas.
Mhm.
Soldier for the Empire, Rebel Agent, and Jedi Knight. I love audio dramas. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's what got me into not just doing podcasts, but listening to them as well. And audio dramas are so much fun. I'll never forget the original. I don't know if you guys remember the. Was it Thrawn? Who was it? Was it Heir to the Empire? The tapes in the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon cover case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And
we're-
if I'm not mistaken, the novellas basically told the story that was told through the first 3 games, right?
Yeah.
Like Dark Forces 2, and Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Like, which, yeah, the naming of these games is just like beyond wild, because your very first game, it's Star Wars Dark Forces, right? The very next game is Star Wars Dark Forces 2, or Star Wars Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2. Well, then they just completely abandoned Dark Forces, and the next one is like, all right, now we're going to pick up with Jedi Knight, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. And then the one after that is like, we're not even going to go Jedi Knight 3. We're just going to go back to Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm reading off the titles for like the Halloween movie series.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, like they're all
Yeah,
over
like-
the place.
It's very Legendsy, right? To have like essential epic legends collection,
right.
or epic or essential epic legends collection, or collection of epic legends essentials.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
the
totally.
the classic assistant regional manager, or the assistant to the regional manager.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, and we've got some pretty interesting information here. So Dark Forces, it definitely reminds me of an older time. That's the era of N64 for me, I believe. Around the era of N60, or was it N64? It must be.
yeah, I think so.
So Dark Forces came out in 1995, and Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 in 1997. And then we had Mysteries of the Sith expansion pack, and that's what we were talking about, right? Andrew?
Yeah. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can actually play as Mara Jade in that expansion pack, and
Whoa.
she might be on the cover.
Interesting. Yeah. And that's the expansion pack to Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, which was released in 1998. And
Man,
you know, according to Jared, the best cover art of any video game ever.
ever.
That's a bold
Ever.
claim.
Yeah.
That
But
is
if
really
you
have-
bold.
Do
If
we have
Mara-
any of these images?
Oh, you
Rick?
know, I probably should look at that. Let me pull them up.
if Mara Jade is indeed on the cover, I think we can understand where Jared's coming from.
Yeah.
Let me go back here a bit. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
No problem.
I do want to point out a comment from Justin. He says it's a Doom clone, meaning Dark Forces was the original Dark Forces game. It was basically a Star Wars version of the game Doom, which was very, very popular, obviously, in the 90s and beyond.
Nice. So, let me go through some of these covers that I totally just forgot about. So there's Soldier for the Empire, Rebel Agent, and Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2. Whoops, going backwards.
Those were the audio dramas.
Yes, correct. Audio dramas and novellas. And then the games, we have Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2. Taking a step backward, just to confuse us, Dark Forces.
I love that cover so much.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just like classic arcade. Like,
Yeah.
it just looks so good.
The shading and the like 3D imaging is so rudimentary. It's kind of cringeworthy, but in the best way. And then here is one that is I guess Jared's favorite of all time, Mysteries of the Sith. Check it out.
That is pretty good.
There's
Wow.
There's a
So
lot
that's
in that.
That's Mara Jade like fighting a Rancor. Is that what's going on?
That's what
A
I'm
rancor.
seeing.
A Rancor.
Ranker?
Ranker. Is that the Georgia coming out in you?
No, that's part of the who I can't recall who it was. It was
the lore of
That's-
our cult.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta know how to say Rancor.
Who was
Um,
that?
One of them rankers.
Must have been Jared who said that. It wouldn't have been me.
It was part of an audiobook. I can't recall which one it
Oh,
was.
oh, you're right. You're right. I mispronounce things all the time, so I forget which inside jokes are me misreading something. But anyway, but yeah, we
Yeah,
have
so
some other
Emily,
things.
yeah, or Rick, Emily, any one of you want to take some of the other game trivia here? I think we stopped there at Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast 2002. We've got some more.
Yes, it looks like in 2003 they were popping out games so quick.
Oh, gosh.
That's when
Can you
Jedi Knight
imagine?
Jedi Academy came out, and that's the only one of these that I have played any of, and I played very little. But instantly, once I met Kyle Katarn, I was hooked. He's a cool guy. And we'll talk about him in a little bit later. But recently, they have been re-releasing a bunch of these games, including some for the first ever on the Switch and PS4. And so a lot of new things coming out. And actually, I guess we'll give a plug for next week. Jared, as you know, likes the limited run releases of these games, and he recorded a little video for y'all, for us, that we'll show next week that actually has him unboxing and opening some of these Dark Forces era limited run games. And so it's pretty exciting, and there's so many good little collectibles in there. So
Yeah, absolutely. Those limited run. If you're a collector like any of us probably are, limited run is just another way to get that fix, I suppose. Because it has the ultimate collectible for any game. You've got cards that reflect the game. You've got some merch, cool. What is it, like a Sith knife for a letter opener?
hello.
I mean, where
Yeah.
do you get stuff like that from?
I
That's so
know.
cool. Legitimately cool things, right? The one that we saw, I see. What was it recently? With a holocron, like a 3D holocron. Yeah. So
can't go
awesome
wrong.
stuff. Limited run. I love limited run, especially because it's a game for a current gen system that I play frequently. So
Mm.
if you want to get your hands on any of that, I believe, who's it, Asper is releasing some on the Nintendo Switch and PS4.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
And let's see, which one
We've
is
got some book
this?
trivia, right?
This is another image of Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so the subtle, like the JK that's built into the lightsaber with the numbering, like the two numbering, like with the split down the middle, like that is the perfect design to me. Like I don't know that you can beat that in like a video game icon. Like that is so good.
Yeah,
It really is.
I didn't even notice it until you explained it, and
Jedi
that is
Knight.
really
Jedi
beautiful.
Knight 2, and it builds a lights like, oh, it's so good.
That is
It's
pretty
so
good.
artistically done.
That's some great artistic design work there. Congratulations for having so much money, Lucasfilm.
Yeah, right. Here, have some more.
There you go.
We've got a lot of book trivia too. So, Andrew, do you want to take a couple of these here?
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as like the three novellas, which I think they're really interesting, and here in a second Rick can show off his copies, but they're bigger than like a typical novel. They're actually like the same size, and it says here that they're published by Dark Horse Comics. So like they're the same size as like a trade paperback, but it's like a novel format, but it does have illustrations in it. So it's like this cool hybrid of like a novel, a little bit of a comic book. Just like it's really unique. I don't know that there's been much other things like it that have been done. So it's 25 full page illustrations by Dean Williams, Ezra Tucker, and Dave Dorman, and covers are by the same artists. And I'm not super familiar with Dave Dorman. Has he done other
Yeah, Dave Dorman has done a lot of art. Just from the time we've been here, I'm not sure, Emily and Rick, how many times have you heard Dave Dorman's name on a cover of some sort that was really cool?
Yeah.
So he was
A
like the
lot.
OG book cover guy, I guess.
Yeah, he has a lot of
really good.
artwork on comic books as well, I believe.
Okay.
So,
I think some of those short
Definitely
stories had some too.
yeah.
Lots of good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
the Collector's Trilogy audio dramas, which were released in '98, released on cassette tapes and broadcast on NPR. Do y'all know how much a set of the CDs will cost trying to like get it, aftermarket?
Hmm.
No idea.
Um,
Where are we at?
On average, about $98.
Are you
Nice.
kidding me? Whoa.
It's going to increase with each year it gets older.
Oh
I
yeah,
bet. 98.
absolutely,
Yeah,
Since it was released in 98.
that's crazy.
absolutely.
That is crazy.
That's wild.
But
Yeah,
Rick,
wow.
Rick, do you have the hardcovers to kind of give us a glimpse of?
I do. Take a look. These buttes. So you have Soldier of the Empire, Rebel Agent, and Jedi Knight.
Condition.
Yeah, they're varying condition and varying prices too. Like trying to collect these, but yeah, they've got really nice covers, some art on the cover, and like we already kind of talked about, the size is irregular. The pages that has text and prose, as well as some like full page images that are in there as well. And so it's a cool experience. A lot of great. Whoops, where am I at?
A lot of art. in these
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of that art, if any of it doubled as like concept art for the games or like proof of concepts for the games.
I don't
Most
know.
Most likely. So a lot of
Yeah.
just some behind the scenes from a couple of the authors that I've talked to in the past. Because I've always asked them like, what when you get to write a Star Wars book or a Star Wars comic, what do you do? What's the first thing that happens? And their answer was always, Lucasfilm gives us access to everything in the archives, and they just go in there and take anything that they think is perfect, or they have artists create it under Lucasfilm, and of course, legal stuff there. But
Right, yeah. They said they
in
say
most cases,
mine.
I think you might be right there. I'm not too sure, but I'd almost say that this is a lot of the content we see in some of this stuff is most likely just the would you say concept art for
Yeah.
the image, right? If it's like a random person, they're just trying to get an image across, and it might be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like that. That
Yeah,
cover art.
Yeah.
yeah. There was one picture in there of Kyle Katarn, like where he had just graduated from the Imperial Academy or whatever. I swear they just took like Thrawn.
I
and they
know.
just changed up the coloring. It was
I
like,
know.
Did they whitewash Thrawn?
Yeah, I thought the same thing as I was thumbing through that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
and right here we've got it in the notes too, but these are truly some unique pieces of what would you call it? Just art. It's because it's not just a book. It's not a comic book. It's like Rick said, it's prose. You've got some writing, you've got some beautiful art. It's truly a unique experience.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to check out the video here, if you're an audio listener, check out the art and the style of book that Rick showed. It was very interesting. I'd recommend taking a look at them.
Yeah, it's just the whole. I mean, the content. It is what it is. I have heard mixed reviews on the content, but it's an important part of the Star Wars story. The history of Star Wars, and looking at what mid '90s publishing, what they did for a publishing initiative. We're seeing the High Republic, in new canon and all they're doing and rolling out. But this is what it was like in the 90s. And you've got cassettes, you've got CDs, You've got analog games being circulated, just all kinds of fun stuff. So
And in the 90s, I was just picking my nose, playing video games, listening to these audiobooks, and doing what Andrew's about to do. He's about to play that game.
let's play that game.
Let's do it.
Let's do
So,
it.
Pick your nose, not
so
on
first up-
not when you're on screen at least.
Hey, Rick, take me off real quick.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I got bats in the cave, man.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, Rick, if we could get the game on full screen, and what I'd like to do is I'll play the opening crawl and the opening cutscene, just to give viewers an idea of what 90s games were like and the beauty of like 90s cutscenes. So,
I'm excited.
if we're ready, here we go. If the volume's not good, let me know. I should be able to adjust it, but otherwise, let's do
This
it.
looks like straight up like medieval times. What in the world?
Oh yeah.
This is much more like fantasy-esque.
So we've got the a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Fanfare.
Ah!
You'll notice the absence of the word Sith because it just wasn't really used that commonly in 90s video games. Everybody was a dark Jedi. I feel like the same is probably true with a lot of people.
This game definitely reflects the 90s. You've got the Chuck Norris of Star Wars, right?
Yep.
The graphics are perfectly. There's a lot of polygons everywhere, right?
Yeah. Nice. The crawl is rendering pretty well though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think honestly the cutscenes might be what I remember most about this game growing up, and it set unrealistic expectations for cutscenes in every other video game that I ever played. Did y'all ever play the Command and Conquer video games?
Oh, totally.
That's what these cutscenes remind me of.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh man.
But I love this opening here. You have a Corellian frigate getting blown up. Like we're echoing episode 4 here, with the intro.
Oh.
But instead of it escaping, it is getting wrecked.
And it looks like a Super Star Destroyer too.
Oh yeah.
Like
super duper extra large super sized
That's a big slice
destroyer.
of pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pizza pie.
And we get some live action cutscenes
Wow.
with a little bit of computer generated aliens mixed in.
Oh man.
This is if you just take yourself back into the era, right? This is some great production.
Oh yeah. It feels
It's
like
a
you're
great
getting
production value.
a whole new Star Wars movie.
Totally. Look at that makeup. That's fantastic.
Right?
I'm gonna cosplay like that for sure.
That nice.
Should I go to Celebration as Jarek? Should I shave part of my head?
Do it.
Do it.
Get some eyeliner.
Man.
Morgan Guitar.
Organ guitar.
This dead man holds the valley's location.
The lip lick is just
Yeah.
it takes it to another level, honestly.
It does.
The lighting is just pristine.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. So
I need that lighting.
which game is this again?
This is Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. So this is the second game in the entire series.
Okay.
This is the one that kind of bridges it from what the first game was to what all the games are going forward.
Okay.
Because this one introduces third person.
There you go. Action.
Yeah. Right? Look at those lightsaber fights.
Oh.
How far are we into this? And we've already got action.
Oh, yeah. And then mysterious force power.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Whoa.
And we're
Transition.
off. Right?
Nice.
What an opening to a game.
Hey son, what are you playing?
That's cool.
Alrighty. So, you go single player.
There was a lot of
start a
violence in
new
the
game.
90s, wasn't there?
There truly was.
That
There
was like
truly was.
to open a video game with a beheading is like
Yeah.
Right?
a bit much.
Bold,
More
that's
than
bold.
Okay.
And we're on
When are
Nar
we gonna
Shaddaa.
get-
That's pretty sweet.
We're on Nar Shaddaa. I love Nar Shaddaa. When
Yeah.
are we going to get Nar Shaddaa in live action? That's what I want.
Oh.
That's what I just. Oh, also to the left of the screen there was an MC-30, which is like a Mon Calamari frigate, which is such
Yeah.
a beautiful ship because they're mostly known for like capital ships
Mhm.
and like cruisers, but to see a frigate, it's done.
Just in the
I know
mid
for sure.
mid belly.
If I lived in the Star Wars universe, I would have most likely either a Corellian engineered item or a Mon Calamarian engineered
Yes.
item. And that's
Yeah.
probably
100%.
Remember, son,
100%.
when you're at the academy,
Until I could hijack a Super Star
I'm
Destroyer.
very proud
Oh,
of him.
Rick, this Kyle Katarn, you know who he looks like in the hologram?
What a fine young man.
He's the one Riker.
I see it. Yeah, without the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, you got another Trekkie here with you tonight.
Nice, man. Thanks for backing me up.
buddy. Yeah, anytime.
After she died,
Yeah,
your welfare
we have a Andrew. We've got a contest. Who can read the most Legends books? Fit race to the finish.
Oh, shoot.
The loser. I don't think we've officially said anything, but he's gonna have to read a couple Star Wars books. So we're really hoping it's Jared.
Star Trek
Star
books.
Wars-
Star Trek books.
Star
yeah.
Trek. Sorry, Star Trek.
I feel
sorry.
like y'all have just incentivized Rick to not do his homework for this show. Like,
That's fair.
Although we should make the loser read Star Wars books too, just to be fair.
yeah, right. That's true.
Nice. All right, so who all have we met Kyle yet? Is that who this
Yes,
is?
that's Kyle, the one who's shaded very
Okay.
mysteriously with the excellent beard.
Nice.
We'll have to show the concept art later of what they were hoping Kyle Katarn to look like in the video game, I suppose.
I can decipher any language or code.
So-
I'm not sure.
But this one eludes me.
One of my buddies that I went to trivia with last night has a very interesting kind of like fan theory. He thinks that Kanan Jarrus is the canon version of Kyle Katarn. And the more I've thought about it, the more I'm on board with it, because like they're both kind of roguish. They both have like the shoulder pad and stuff like that, right?
Totally.
And they're
yeah.
both like non-traditional Jedi who use blasters and lightsabers.
I can see it.
I never really put that together, but I could totally see that.
Yeah, especially from like an attitude standpoint, you know, like they're not necessarily like super plugged in with all the other Jedi, which I mean, Kanan's circumstances are different since, you know, there are no other Jedi. But
yeah. That's a good way to point it. I've never considered that before, but that's I'm gonna get on board that cult.
I forgot we were playing a game. Those cutscenes were so good. Now it's like, oh yeah, right, we're playing a game.
Yep.
Emily, what were you playing in 1995? Were you playing with what games was it? Pokemon Stadium?
So,
I don't know if that was out yet.
Nah, not yet.
We didn't really get into video games till probably like 99, maybe later. I don't know, because I was born in 92, so I was only about 3 in 95. Yeah.
At some point in there, I think I was playing on the classic NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. I was playing the Top Gun game, and the first level's landing on an aircraft carrier after you finish it, and I could never land until I was like in high school. Could I finally land my F-14 on the aircraft carrier? It was so frustrating.
Isn't that the worst when like your skills are not up to the level of the game?
Yes.
Like
Dude,
you have to go back years later. And be like, come on, man.
Well,
Yeah.
What's even worse is games like this or like Jedi Outcast, which you remembered being really good at as a kid, and then you
Yeah.
come back and play them when you're almost 30 and you die every 30
It's a
seconds.
skill you've lost.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I've regressed as a video game player.
Yeah.
That's so
This
No.
modern technology has made me soft. Oh
Exactly.
boy.
I can't play 007. I have to get used to playing with
man.
one joystick nowadays. Back
Yeah.
then, I was such a
We're gonna
pro
go
at it.
fisticuffs.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
All right.
Take that,
Yeah.
Sweemo.
Wow. Fisticuffs. That was
And this
wonderful.
this entire game series truly hates Gran. Like
Yeah.
despise like every enemy. 9 out of 10 enemies you run into are going to be this species right here. Like they may have just had a discount for this model, and so they just had to put it in as much as possible.
Nice.
That's interesting. So okay, we've got our main character, Kyle Katarn, who we've said is the Chuck Norris of Star Wars. Is that you think unanimous?
Wait, what? How is he the
except for right
Chuck
there.
Norris of Star Wars?
Except for on that scene.
Yeah, that was very Chuck Norris-esque.
So there's a couple facts of Kyle Katarn here. He's done quite a bit. Emily, you want to take a look at some of these? There's some interesting little tidbits here of what kind of person Kyle Katarn is just off these statements.
All right, so apparently he once threw a thermal detonator that killed 50 stormtroopers, and
Nice.
then the detonator went off. Apparently. So how? In the
Kyle
world?
Katarn.
Kyle Katarn, baby.
He once killed a Kel dragon with nothing but his bare fists.
Come on.
Kyle Katarn, baby.
With the Kel dragon. And
Just like
every
you
night.
just like Andrew's gonna be running this whole scene here, just with fisticuffs.
Yes,
Fisticuffs.
absolutely.
Every
Let's do
night
that.
before going to
Amazing.
bed, Jarek checks under his bed for Kyle Katarn.
Was that supposed to be Jared? Or Jarek?
Jared.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
Jared.
Fisticuffs.
I'm pretty sure Jared checks under his bed for Kyle.
I mean,
Katarn.
But
I would.
That's not out of fear. That's out of like wishful anticipation.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, oh.
Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Oh, okay. No
Maybe.
Kyle Katarn.
That's so funny.
The first Wookiees were born from the hairs of Kyle Katarn's beard after a trim.
That's why they're
Oh
so
my
tough.
gosh.
So I'll leave it to you,
Why they're so
listeners.
fierce.
Listeners, everyone out there, is Kyle Katarn like Chuck Norris? Does he exude Wookiees from his beard?
Hmm.
Maybe.
Why do you think
Maybe
Chuck
not.
Norris has to be so far, far away from Kyle Katarn? After all, Star Wars is in a galaxy far, far away. It's because you couldn't have Kyle Katarn and Chuck Norris in
Yeah.
the same
Well,
galaxy.
Come to think of it, I've never seen Kyle Katarn and Chuck Norris in the same room.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Do you think Kyle Katarn has like a
multiverse.
weight system, a weight system for under his name, right? That he's usually on infomercials, the Galactic Net.
Yeah.
all right,
The
y'all want to
bow,
see a
the
really,
bowcaster.
y'all want to see a really tricky grand?
Uh-oh. Is there one hiding?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Get
my
out of there.
gosh.
Get out of there, buddy. What do you think you're
Oh
doing?
my goodness.
Aw.
How does
Silly
he think
boy.
he could hide?
How many
Aw.
times has
Kyle
that guy killed
Katarn.
you before you knew he was there?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Joel today is the 5th, so.
Cuba Joe in the chat,
Yes,
he says, Freddie, did you ever play Time Splitters in... Oh, totally. I totally played Time Splitters. Time Splitters 2, if you guys remember that game, it was... I would say it's like the... It was like the... Yeah, the spiritual successor of GoldenEye. I can totally see that. It was early 2000s, I believe. Time Splitters. I'm not sure if you...
I played
guys have
GoldenEye.
that game. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everybody's very blocky. One of my favorite levels was like in Neo Tokyo in 2025. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
Nice. All right. Are you guys, when you play video games, are y'all like mobile, like physically, like do you move and react to a game you're
Oh,
playing?
totally.
Okay.
Are you asking if we play video
Yeah,
games like a 90s
pretty bad.
sitcom character playing video games?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
I am not like that.
I am over here jumping. I'm not even playing. I'm just watching. But like I was like peeking around the corner and stuff. Like I'm getting way
Can't
too
help
into
it.
this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I
with,
definitely do that.
Audio listeners, Rick is everywhere right now. He's on the ground. He's throwing his fists everywhere. He's
Yeah.
beating his puppets up.
Oh my
and-
goodness.
Leave him
right.
alone, Rick.
All right, Rick, if you had to fist fight a grand, which eye would you hit first?
Oh,
Left, middle, or
Middle. Yeah. Because
No,
the
you-
incoming
no.
effect would like make them go cross-eyed.
No, you go
And-
right or left to mess up their depth perception.
All right, I'm a southpaw, so I'd probably fake a right and then come in hard in the left.
I love it.
Faint.
So
Got
yeah,
it.
Beautiful.
the feint. Yeah.
Come in with a nice 1-2 with a nice 3 into the left eye.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It'd be left, right, headbutt. That's what it was.
Oh, no.
That's it.
Take
Go
out 3
fall.
eyes at once.
Yeah.
I fell.
All right, go for the 3-eye poke.
The 3-eye poke.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a 4th for good measure, just in case I miss.
So another important topic that we always talk about is a lot of people don't like Star Wars if they don't know anything or know anybody involved, right? And having another character basically be the face of this saga, that's got to be pretty important, right? To have Kyle Katarn, a character who his first appearance is these video games, and he is in a lot of different books, right? It's not just, this is not his only claim to fame. We've got what is it, Legacy? Is he in Legacy of the Force? I
Yeah.
believe Legacy of the
Yeah,
Force.
I think he's on the Jedi Council in Legacy of the Force.
Yep, he's on the Jedi Council along with our number one favorite. Who is it? Corran Horn was on.
Yeah,
it as well.
boy.
Yeah, boy. Corran Horn. Who else was on there? Sabatine, I believe. Did I say that right?
Close enough, I would imagine.
It works.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've read Legacy of the Force, and I'm very excited because it was the first Legends books that I ever read. The first Star Wars books, really, which, picks up pretty far down the road in the Legends continuity. But now, having kind of gone back and read, like a whole lot of stuff before then, so like Jedi Academy trilogy, Heir to the Empire, all that stuff, and now the New Jedi Order, I'm looking forward to rereading those and actually knowing what in the Hoth is going on. Like,
Yeah. And we had a lot of stuff, right? We named quite a few pieces of content here. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 video games, 3
Yeah.
novellas, 3 audio dramas, 3 comic books, or at least 3 comics. I'm not sure how many series were in that. I can't confirm that, but a lot of content. And for them to run with Kyle Katarn and make him the star of this series, and then of course to carry on, that's a pretty significant task for a character of any type.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
Like,
we
yeah,
keep
they.
yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
I was just gonna say it'd be cool if we see something similar, like with the Jedi Fallen Order games, where with Cal Kestis, it would be great to see him like in different forms of media, different games. Like, imagine if he got 5 games of his own. Like, that would be wild.
Well, and I think that's honestly what in my opinion, when you have a character that follows along through other forms of canon, right, at the time, other forms of canon, it gives people the sense of, I guess, legitimacy of this game, right? It's very important because there's a lot of games where after that you might not have any books, you might not have any more content, you just forget about it, and the game really has no importance to you. And not to everybody, but we keep talking about our buddy Kyle Katarn here, the Chuck Norris of Star Wars. But who are our villains? Who are we fighting?
This one is
a bunch of Grands.
Yeah, a lot of Grands. Oh no!
Oh no!
I fell, and there's a Grand. 2 more Grands. 3.
Seriously, buy one and then a random. What's his name?
Random Rodian.
Rodian, thank you. Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that our cult has an anti-Grand prejudice?
I don't want to be part of that. Okay, so let's not go there.
And we're not talking about grandmas, guys. We're talking about the
we're not the species, right?
Yeah, that's a point well said. Thank you for clarifying.
But yeah, so the enemy in this game is Jarek, who was the bald dude with the wacky eyeliner.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah,
no, not Jared.
Not Jared.
Not Jared.
Jarek. He is the one who checks for Kyle Katarn under his bed.
Yes.
Yeah,
every night.
Patient.
That's right.
But yeah, so I think Jarek's whole shtick in this game is trying to find the Valley of the Jedi, where there's a bunch of Jedi souls or something like that, so that he can harness their power, as one does.
As one does.
Oh my goodness! You found like the
many
Grand
of them.
Hive.
Man, a lot of Grands are not going home.
Right? A lot of Grands are not going to go home and be granddads.
I was thinking about that joke. You beat me to it though. I was like, how can I make this into a?
I was waiting for Rick or Andrew to just throw some kind of grand joke in there.
Yeah.
Glad we got a couple out of the way.
We got to get our dad puns. We got to get them in somewhere. But yeah, with
characters, who else is in this game besides Jarek and Kyle Katarn?
So Kyle Katarn's partner in crime, Jan Orso. She's like his pilot, his backup, usually the one who kind of gets him out of hot water. She's an underrated character in the series, and I want to say maybe in the 3rd game you might get to play as her, but I might be mistaken. But I remember one of the things Kyle Katarn is famous for, and I'm going to say this as I walk in circles because I have no idea where he's going next. But one of the things that he's famous for was he was the one who stole the plans for the Death Star. And so, in Legends, of course. And so when Rogue One was announced and there was a cast photo, a lot of people thought that Cassian Andor, before they released the names of the characters, they thought that Cassian Andor was going to be Kyle Katarn. Because at that point they had announced that the lead character's name was Jyn Erso.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Very similar to the name Jan Orso. Now, ultimately, I'm glad with what we got with that one because I love that movie. But it was a fun little theory for a while. That we might see like some kind of like live action adaptation of the Dark Forces in the Jedi Knight games.
I'm assuming everyone here has seen Rogue One, right? It's not a spoil. If there's anyone here who's sensitive with spoilers and you haven't seen it yet, it's been a while. Probably watch it. It's a great movie. Truly is a really good movie, except for my mom. She hated it because there's Darth Vader's only in this twice.
Oh my goodness! What a casual.
I don't think she understood exactly what she was watching. I was like, let me just give you some background, and we'll get to it. Why didn't you see any Jedi? I'll tell you why.
You break out like a huge binder and like throw it down on the table. It's like, all right, let's get started. Why you didn't see any Jedi?
Yeah, so that's a major concern I'm having currently, in case anyone's wondering the crisis I'm having. But so what do you think of this game, Emily? What you're seeing so far? It's very 90s.
It
90s
is.
graphics.
I like. Is it not? It's like when you walk around, it looks around for you, right?
Yeah.
No, so I'm using the WASD to move, and I'm using the mouse to look.
Are these
Aw,
considered
man.
classic controls? Like
Yes,
okay.
these are classic controls. Woo! More grand.
Darth Tumnus back there is also playing, audio listeners, in case you're wondering.
He dislikes grand just as much as we do. He's the newest initiate.
It's definitely the easiest thing that you could do that's very safe in the 90s. You're just like, okay, this person is going to have to dispatch quite a few people. Let's make them a species that is not very human.
Right, yes. Let's try to avoid that M rating.
Exactly.
So that was actually one of the a glimpse inside my upbringing. Part of the reason I was actually loved playing Star Wars games growing up. Star Wars games were the only violent video games I was allowed to play because you didn't kill humans, you just killed aliens.
Nice.
And that's about
Training for the future. Got it.
And
Yeah.
apparently just grants. I mean, like
Yeah,
grants and
just
like
grants.
maybe a Rodian or two. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the Rodians pop up. Is there anything special with them? Are they a little faster? Just random? Who knows?
I'm not sure, without avoiding any like generic racial stereotypes in the Star Wars era. But I would say, based off of the one Rodian we did see in a movie, they're not very fast on the trigger.
It could be. Could be. Did you know
Well, you're
that?
doing a great job.
Thank you. So full disclosure, I turned on God mode at the very beginning, so I can't die. So, anyways, continue.
Nice.
Ah,
We're just
Also,
trying to
you-
win.
makes a lot of
We
sense.
would just win, baby. And, well,
I
it's
mean,
like
the whole
mentioned
point of playing
earlier.
old games is you already have the cheat codes, right?
Cheat
think,
codes.
That's,
Cheat codes.
Andrew's trying to he's trying to make up for his second place position in trivia
In
night.
trivia,
so
exactly.
this is the game that you play after a frustrating day at work.
Redemption.
If you can't win
Yes.
honestly,
Hey,
win by
on
any
God
means
mode.
necessary.
that's how I play. So where all do you go in this game? Like we're on Nar Shaddaa right now. Where else
Yes.
do you go?
So I'm not sure. I think you may actually go to Bespin,
Ooh.
and I'll need to double check. But you do go to one planet that is called Rusan,
Nice.
which for
Oh.
Legends. Oh, I got the arm. I got the arm off.
Nice.
For Legends readers, might recognize Rusan as being the planet from the Bane trilogy where the thought bomb
the
goes
thought
off.
bomb.
Yeah.
Yep, that's thought as in when your brain has a thought, not as in TV.
Oh yes, right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Nar Shaddaa. Nar Shaddaa is definitely a planet that I feel like a lot of people want to hang out on.
Right.
I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, you do get to go to Nar Shaddaa, I believe, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe
I
someone
think
in the chat.
it's probably because of these games, but Nar Shaddaa has always been one of my favorite planets. Like I've always wanted to see it in live action.
I'd assume let's think of Nar Shaddaa. Nar Shaddaa is a Hutt planet, right?
The Gambler's Moon, right?
Gambler's Moon. Okay, so we think it's going to be
Maybe I go
very
down here.
Canto Bighty or
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's like
no,
a
sorry.
shadier
This the
Coruscant.
Smuggler's Moon. Smuggler's Moon, not Gambler's Moon.
Gambler's Moon.
Yeah, Smuggler's
Yeah.
Moon.
Gambler's Moon. That's Vegas.
Yeah. Or Canto
Oh my
Bight.
gosh.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just one of those places that'd be fun to visit in a game. But like, if you ever were to go there in real life, not so much. Like I imagine this being a dangerous place.
That's probably where you'd find me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Hanging out in
right.
Nar Shaddaa, running away
specifically-
from Andrew.
Specifically in this alley with all the graffiti. He's probably
Yeah,
the one
exactly.
doing it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you just like took a turn.
Oh.
Are we in the underground now?
Looks like
We've been in like a mid-level this whole time.
How on earth do you know where you are in this game?
I know.
There is no rhyme or reason.
That's the thing.
to anything.
Whoa! Look at that Lambda class beauty.
Let's
Take
go.
it.
I'm
Let's
so good at this game.
fly.
I'm
Nice.
so
So
good.
good at this
Wait,
game.
that was the goal. That was your objective, was to get
Yep.
to the ship. Okay.
Oh.
The Briar pistol.
Kill
Oh
that
no.
dude.
Right in front of us. The
Yeah.
beautiful Lambda
Mm.
class shuttle.
Mm,
I love the Lambda class shuttle. I would
Yeah.
they're
I would love to have
beautiful.
a full size one to fly around.
Yeah.
I would love to have a spaceship of any kind. Let's be clear.
That's fair.
Look at that cutscene. That was beautiful.
Mhm.
Oh, and
So-
a TIE bomber just pops up. Pew, pew,
Like
pew.
so much of what I love about Star Wars is because of these games, but specifically the Briar pistol is so great.
All right, tell.
I'm particularly partial to those explosions. That was beautiful.
Jan Orso
Tell me
and
about.
the Moldy Crow.
I was about to say, this is the Moldy Crow. Let's talk about it. What do you guys know about the Moldy Crow? Anything?
Well, Andrew has a pretty interesting piece of
Yeah. So
trivia. I think I would call it trivia.
yeah, so the Moldy Crow, on top of being a beautifully ugly ship, like it's just the epitome of like beautifully ugly Star Wars. Man, they didn't give me a star.
That's because
I am
probably
offended.
the cheat code.
Because you're cheating.
Probably so. Yeah, cheaters never prosper.
Ah,
Anyways, so the Moldy Crow, my brother actually just this past weekend went to a con in Nashville. Got to meet Timothy Zahn, got to meet like Ashley Eckstein, James Arnold Taylor, Anthony Daniels, Ian McDermott, like just had a great weekend. But one of the, I guess maybe you could call them B tier type notable folks that he met was one of the game designers who worked on these games. And this particular designer was actually the one who designed the Moldy Crow. And he had with him a model of the Moldy Crow, which was the first ever model of the ship that was made.
man, that's cool.
Interesting.
That's a picture that my brother took while he was there at the con. And like I said, I've got three brothers. We all grew up playing this game, and so like it was so cool. And he sent that in our group chat, and we were all so insanely jealous.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm sorry, just to be clear, the Moldy Crow,
Yes, the
like
moldy.
moldy as in
Yeah.
food that has
Moldy
gone
cheese.
bad,
Hmm.
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
and crow like the bird.
The
Russell
bird,
Crowe.
Yep.
That's
The moldy
What?
Russell Crowe.
That is such an interesting name.
It is, right? It's
Wow.
almost like, why would you name your vehicle something you care about? The Moldy Crow. But
The
you know what?
Moldy Crow.
That's what they did.
Is there a
Oh.
story? But what is that a slide? Are you gonna slide
Yeah,
down?
I'm about to slide, and that's the
I wanna
arm with the
see.
disc.
Oh,
That's fine.
Oh, you got the cut off arm
Yeah, now how do I
There
get
you
out?
It's confirmed Kyle Katarn does like,
and like a
Ah.
microphone little thing. Oh, there you go.
huh.
despite Kyle Katarn's hard exterior, he enjoys the occasional
I mean,
slide.
he's human.
I mean, don't we
Yeah.
all love slides?
Yeah.
For real.
So for those who are wondering what the Moldy Crow is and what it would look like, if you are a fan of starships like Rick, myself, and Andrew, and Emily, I would say you're a fan of it as well.
I'm
it-
I'm warming into it.
Yeah, they're beautiful ships. They don't exist in real life, and I think that's the most elusive thing is we can't have them and we can't see them in their
Yet.
but we will one day.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't
Come on,
see him?
Elon.
You don't see them.
Yeah.
So it's a modified. I believe the Moldy Crow is a modified ship because it is definitely going to be modified. HWK 290 light
Oh,
fighter.
yeah.
For those who are wondering.
Hawk 290.
And I believe if I'm not mistaken, if you buy the ship for the game, what's the game called, Rick?
Well,
Uh,
X-wing,
Armada?
but also Armada.
X-wing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Armada or X-wing. You can. I believe one
Oh,
of the cards
friendly
does
fire.
have.
Oh, no.
Crow
Oh
in it.
gosh.
Oh no!
Oh,
Just
that's
I
graphic.
just accidentally rocket launched into this poor
Oh.
old man, and
Oh,
then he got
man.
decapitated by a door.
Wow. You
Oh
saw
my
it here
terrible.
first. Hell, Katarn.
Andrew.
Hey.
Hero or villain?
Look, it's a good
Is-
thing that we're already in a cult
Katarn.
because that comes with like a vow of silence. All right, we never speak of this again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we have a witness.
Take him out.
All right, we're clear, guys.
R5. What is it?
Thank
R5D4?
Yep.
Red 5?
He's gone.
Totally gone.
He's gone.
Give me the Jedi droid. Oh no, not
No!
again.
Stop doing this, Andrew. Put down the
sorry.
controller.
All right.
That God code is really take on your head.
I need a
Power
simple
corrupts.
weapon from a.
Oh!
His arm.
There goes
This
limbs.
has gotten so violent.
We've lost a limb. It started with a decapitation. I don't know how we thought it'd get any better.
And I think the Moldy Crow went under several owners, right? We have Rourke Garnet as one of the earliest owners. I'm not even mistaken, but maybe Grappa the Hutt might have had it for a while.
Really?
And then IG, one of the IG units. I can't recall which one. IG
that a
70 something.
Gamorrean?
A what?
Is that a Gamorrean?
You're one
Gamorrean?
of those, huh?
Oh,
Thank you, Freddie.
Gamorreans.
I think
Gamorrean.
Trevor and I once had like a 10-minute conversation about the difference in pronunciation.
Gamorrean guards. Guarding
Gamorrean.
a
Gamorrean.
Gamorrean guards. Let's see, guarding a rancor. How about that?
I was gonna say. Oh my goodness.
Seriously, they just like copy and paste these guys, don't they?
Oh yeah. I wish I had force powers so I could push them off. I can give myself force powers. I just have no idea how to use them. Like I don't know what buttons they are.
Oh my
Got
goodness.
some behind the scenes info here. Ooh, look at that. He is got
Wait, that
the
was-
fact that how many
little-
swipes can they take? 1, 2. I'm assuming they've got thick hides.
Yeah, I'd
Oh.
imagine.
Oh man.
All right, so you had some behind the scenes info.
Yeah, in the early production of the game, the ship was simply named the Crow, and it was intended to be a Baudo class star yacht. I can send a link over to the Discord if you want to see what that looks like. It almost looks like a smooth
Nice shot.
version
Thank you.
of the Moldy Crow. I have no idea how else to describe it.
The
Well, I feel
smooth?
like- yeah, I'm glad they
Is
changed
it not
up.
a smooth ship?
No, it's got some.
No, it,
Moldy?
It's
imagine
moldy.
you have like a piece of pizza and it's folding over your hands because it's so warm and
Wow.
the cheese
What?
is very very
Moist?
moist.
Ah!
That's
Ew.
exactly how I would describe the Moldy Crow as a starship. Amazing.
How on earth is a moist slice of pizza falling over your hand? How does that describe a starship?
Is this from
That's what the
Because Star Wars.
that's how the old Moldy Crow actually was just called the Crow was supposed to look like. Thankfully, that's not what we got. We got the
Yeah. You got the moldy
HWK
version.
It's more elegant.
we got the moldy version instead. Exactly. And for the video game nerds out there, this is some cool information. It was actually not a 3D polygonal object, but a 2-dimensional bitmap sprite rendered from different viewed angles.
Wow.
What?
Totally
in-
understood that.
Yeah.
It was so. In video game history, there was a lot of. Boom.
I'm not taking prisoners anymore.
We gave that up.
Clearly.
I have
Yeah, video game
unlimited
history
time and unlimited
sprites.
ammo. Let's go.
It's just saved a lot of memory on the game.
Oh my goodness.
There's absolute mayhem going on here.
I don't know how the physics of that just worked. Like their feet didn't move, but they just separated.
I don't know how anybody has not just given up trying to fight Kyle Katarn at this point.
Mm,
They're all gonna get blown up.
yep.
There's some drift on that, man.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know how to get up there, so we're just gonna get it up.
All right, so this is a series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's the best game? Are we playing it right now?
Ooh, so that's tricky. This one was probably my favorite growing up because I think I played it the most.
Why this one?
Kind of what I was talking about earlier, like it bridging the gap. Well, for one, I would be willing to say that like it's probably the best lightsaber combat, especially for its time. Like I know it doesn't look like much now, but just being able to move around and have like this much freedom of movement and fight with a lightsaber, especially with like when you actually swing the saber, like it swings through. Versus like a lot of the times it felt like lightsabers were more like baseball bats that just bounced off of enemies.
Yeah.
But also like even though he does look kind of silly, all of the enemy, like the dark Jedi in this game, were very memorable. In fact, there's a pair of dark Jedi that like serve under Jarek. One is a dark Jedi who's a Kowakian monkey lizard.
No.
Yes.
That's epic.
And the other one is a Gamorrean, and they fight like as a pair.
Do you mean Gamorrean?
Yeah, for the sake of argument, yes, that's exactly what I meant.
But Joe in the chat said, I hear those Gamorreans are prone to breaking out in chives.
Oh man.
We're
sorry, Jared, but we're not.
This whole Gamorrean bit is why I have suggested to have a pronunciation guide to save me from
Legends
chives.
Lookback Guide to Pronunciation. It's your handbook when you join our cult.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
It has to have like all the symbols and stuff like they do in the dictionary, right? That hard K or soft K.
I wish I knew how to read those.
Actually,
that'd be really helpful.
I was just looking up. I've got the new essential guide to chronology, droids, and alien species. Let me look up Gamorreans.
Oh, good idea.
So
while you're looking that up,
I see it.
Andrew, what's the best story of the games? Is it the same, like the best technical aspects of the game coincide with the best story?
The best story, if I had to pick, I would probably say Jedi Academy, only because it feels, because it's a role-playing game, it feels like your story, right? Like, it doesn't feel like you're Kyle-Katarn. It feels like you're playing the character that you built, that you customized. And so it's a little bit more immersive, I feel like. Objectively, though, the first Dark Forces game probably has the best story because it's literally like a secret Imperial super soldier program that you're shutting down. It's cool. Just that one's probably the game that has not aged as well as the others.
Yeah. All right, so I have no clue how to actually read this phonetic interpretation, but there are 4 syllables. So, Gamorrean, or Gamorrean. So yeah, it's still not helpful here. We need like a speech language pathologist to come up here.
Syllables are very important.
I know, but I did find the definitive answer. I just have no clue how to read the phonetic symbols.
How about in Jared's honor, instead of calling him Gamorrean or Gamorrean, we just call him Whoopig Sueys?
Oh. Those are fighting words for him, man.
Whatever that means, Jared. That was not us.
Hey, but why?
That was all Andrew.
Why we're on the topic? Isn't it strange that Arkansas fans I can't tell you how many hog restaurants there are, and it's like, why would you eat your mascot? You know?
Right? Isn't there some kind of decorum or respect you're supposed to show them?
Yeah. Anyway,
that's a fair point.
Anyway,
we got a pretty cool Easter egg, EU Easter egg. Let's see, we talked about this one already. This was something that Andrew talked about, the thought bomb. Wackiest thing in the series. What else we got here? There's some great content here. Kyle-Katarn is, when we get into some of those books in Legends Lookback, how many are there? 9, 10? I can't recall.
In which ones?
I'm trying to.
Legacy of the Force.
Legacy of the Force. He's in
so
much.
I think I was supposed to say on top of that.
If you guys go to the old Wikipedia to look up Kyle-Katarn, be prepared to sit there for a few hours.
Right. That is
Yeah.
I tried to read the entire thing before tonight, and I got through the first section, scrolled down. I was like, yeah, no, I don't have time for that.
The man has a story.
That's funny. If he's the Chuck Norris of Star Wars, then
thought bomb though. That was really cool.
Jump on it. Do 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 do. Okay, just me. It's fine.
There was a canceled game.
Me too.
All right. A canceled game.
Yeah, which I just found out about today, and now I'm sad.
I guess it's time to make it. Let's get a limited run on Jedi Knight 3 Brink of Darkness. What do you think, guys?
There's Jedi Knight 3. There's the graphic for it.
That's really cool.
Yes.
And Freddie.
Well, actually, I think that's the graphic for Jedi Outcast.
Oh, you're right.
For Jedi Knight 3, it crosses the sabers or something.
Oh, nice.
I had to look it up. I don't know if it's in the show notes. I had to look it up earlier because I went on like a short little deep dive when I figured out that there was a canceled third one.
I see.
What is she doing out here?
Freddie, tell me about this picture.
Oh
What in
yeah,
the world?
this is hilarious. I was looking up Kyle Katarn. Of course, every time I look into his Wikipedia, I see this picture, and we always try to figure out who our fan casting is, right? Of Kyle Katarn. Some people have said Chuck Norris. I have once said that Keanu Reeves was Kyle Katarn. I could see it. I know I always say Keanu Reeves, but in this situation, I feel like it's the case. But if we go with this is the concept art for Kyle Katarn. This is who we were supposed to get in the video game. Who would you fan cast as Kyle Katarn if this was our guy? I was going with Joe Pesci in a large overcoat.
I see it. I can't think of his name. Give me a second. What color is that hair supposed to be? Brown?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
I think
First,
that was the only information we had about him. Eye color unknown, height unknown.
Yeah.
Hair color brown.
that's right. All right. So my first take of this was Michael J. Fox.
Oh yeah.
Especially if we're going like mid 90s. Might be too old. Might be too old, but I don't know.
If we're fan casting Kyle Katarn in the 90s, I would go Bruce Willis.
Ooh.
I can see that.
Bald?
That's a good one. I like that.
Did he have hair then?
He would need hair. They give him a wig. All right. So Rick, in our Slack, I've just posted a picture of Gork and Pig, which were the Kwaki lizard monkey Sith, and I think the Gamorrean Sith.
All right, I gotta take a look at these.
Yeah. So, but I feel like Kyle Katarn would be one that would be very fun to fan cast. I can see, like, if you're doing like a true 90s like action adventure movie, I can see Brendan Fraser.
Ooh, I love Brendan Fraser.
Check this out. I was looking through. I'm trying to find Kyle Katarn in here, and I found Dev Sivwara from Trisubakura. Where is he?
Nice.
Does Dev
And
show
then,
back
of
up?
course, boom. Let's see.
Who is that?
That is Blue Scale, the elder.
Okay, so I read
that's what they look like.
Trisubakura and I did not look it up. Wow, my mind just was blown.
Space Dynasty.
What a weird alien.
Let's see. Okay, species.
It's like a
Sea
naked
Rook,
chicken.
sex male, hair color none, bald, eye color black. They are over 2 meters tall.
Oh, that's terrifying.
All right,
Yeah.
so
What an awful.
here are those
concept.
dark Jedi. Man, that'll give you nightmares right there.
Oh.
I want
Love
Jared
is-
to cosplay as the one on the left right there.
Yeah. I mean, I almost can't tell the species apart.
I want that to be
Yeah.
like one of those giant, like inflatable costumes, kind of like the T-Rex with like the tiny little arms.
That would be cool.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Oh man. So
I'm a
Andrew,
fan.
how do these games rank among the best Star Wars video games of all time? Like, if you could look, despite like the nostalgia factor, like, how does this rank?
For their time, I would say Jedi Outcast specifically, which, going back to the convoluted name thing, Jedi Outcast was the third game, but it was Jedi Knight 2, but after it dropped the Dark Forces moniker. I would say that was probably like a revolutionary game for its time, especially when it came to lightsaber combat. I still don't think a game has done lightsaber combat as good as the Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy games. Like the closest one I could say would maybe be Revenge of the Sith video game, but like so often with lightsaber combat in video games, like I said earlier, it feels like you have a baseball bat, not a lightsaber. But these games, like, it truly, you feel like you have a lightsaber, like not just because it's like graphic or whatever, but like you can actually dismember people. You know, like if you're actually fighting with a lightsaber, you're cutting off limbs. Like, you're not knocking people down.
It's not a friendly weapon.
Right, exactly. But I'd say they rank pretty highly. I would put them in the top 5. I don't know exactly which one. Probably Jedi Outcast. I'd probably put it in my personal top 5.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's cool. I definitely need to check these games out more. I know I've got Jedi Academy, and I think I got another one. Some of the ones that are on the Switch now, I have. But this you're playing on PC, correct?
Yes, this is PC. You can get them on Steam. They're usually bundled, and they'll literally run on any computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time was definitely Rogue Squadron. That is number one in my book. I played that countless hours. I didn't get a PlayStation. I had a Nintendo 64, so I didn't have a PC either at the time, so I didn't get to play this game.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
definitely got it on one of the Steam bundles for sure, though.
Yeah, I didn't get Rogue Squadron because I did not have like any Nintendo products. But I did have the one flight game I did have growing up that I adored was X-Wing Alliance, which is just like a phenomenal like story in and of itself. It's another one where it's like you don't really play as any of the main characters. It's like an original character, but you play through the events of the original trilogy. And I think like you're part of like a family that has like a mining supply business or something like that, and the Empire like takes it over or whatever, and so that's how your family gets drawn into the rebellion.
Authoritarianism. Couldn't even say it. Authoritarianism. I can't say it, man.
Authoritarian.
Authoritarianism. This is the end of this episode.
Freddie having a
Here's
stroke.
your
That's all, folks.
That's exactly what I was trying to say, Rick. Thank you.
Yes.
You know what? I give up. I'm not gonna try it. I'm gonna have to.
Right.
I'm gonna have to put it in my. I have to read the. I don't know how to pronounce it yet, right? I have to read the
Freddie, are you having a stroke?
dictionary.
I-
Totally.
Somebody
You
call
know what?
one of the
I'm-
7
I'm-
doctors on the team.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm over here downloading it on Steam right now. So.
Nice. That's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. This game is so much fun. We have one of the, I would say one of the most historic, not one of the most, but one of the historic characters of Legends. We have Corran Horn, Mara Jade, of course, we've got Luke Skywalker and the kids of obviously Jaina Solo and all of them. Of course, we have Kyle Katarn, who is, in my opinion, one of the historic Legends characters. A lot of content. He is unstoppable. Clearly, he has God mode turned on in this game. It's honestly how it would have gone in real life, probably.
Exactly right.
But that does it, I think, for this week. We've played quite a bit of this game. If you do want to see us play more of these games, we do have a show that we do often. I'm not sure how often it is. Do you guys have any idea on that? The game nights?
I think it's whenever we feel like it. I don't think there's much of a schedule.
Whenever we feel like it. And you know what? If you want more of this game, you want to see everything all the way through instead of us talking the whole time, request it. Well, I'll tell you how to request that soon. But that's it for this episode. We've had quite a good time talking with Andrew, watching him play these games, and there he goes into the abyss, only to return to the Moldy Crow.
Nice.
The Moldy Crow.
So Emily, we got a couple show plugs to put in here. What's coming up next?
Yeah, so the next episode of The Living Force, which is on Monday, is going to be the Queen's Hope Roundtable Part 2. The next episode of The Cosmic Force, which is our show on Wednesdays, is the Trail of Shadows Roundtable. And the next episode of Legends Look Back is a little something special that Jared and Freddie are cooking up.
I'm afraid.
Can't wait to see what that is.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
Sounds good. I know it'll be
Mysterious.
coming eventually.
We might put it in the cupboard.
Well, then in that case, we'll hear about it next week.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, it's been
yeah,
good
so-
hanging out with you, man. Thanks for joining
Absolutely.
us.
Thank y'all for
thank you
having
so much
me.
for coming.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
would
you're-
gladly
You're
jump
always
on and
welcome.
play video games for like no reason whatsoever. Like it's like the best way to be a guest star. It's like, hey, you just want to hop on and play video games while we talk? I'm like, yes, please.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and maybe we'll do something a little more unscripted where we just hang out, play for a few hours, play for 5 hours. I think Rick and I are going to try to play for about what is it? Did you go 84 hours already? Is that what we're going to do?
Let's see. 24 times 7. That's a lot. So all of the hours.
All of the hours.
We'll see how that goes. But that does it for this week, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Legends Look Back. It was an absolute wild ride. Thanks for sticking around. And thanks to our incredible patrons for your support. We love making this show, and we're glad that you're here for this ride. It's important to all of us. We love Star Wars. We would be here even if there was no one listening. I think that's about right.
But we're glad that you are listening.
But we're glad that you're listening to us and support us however you want, with a thumbs up, possibly a subscribe button push, a ding of that bell, whatever it takes. YouTube, if whatever it takes. We've got legendslookback@utini.com. You want to hit us up on email? That's how you do it. Jeremy, he's gonna get an autographed book from the Legends Lookback crew because he did just that. And of course, a special thanks to our Jedi High Council, OK Endar, Brian Dooley, Earl Q, Patrick Ortiz, and Carl Sander. And of course, our Alliance High Command, Elizabeth Cloutier, Sally, and Chris Eilerson. Remember to sub to the channel, leave us a review in the podcast platform of choice. If you want your thoughts read, just like we said, email us, legendslookback@utini.com. We actually read it all the time. Or send us a message in Legends Look Back Discord channel. There's a lot of activity happening there all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of stuff that we talk about in the show. You'll see in the Discord as well. So I recommend it. Of course, not just Discord. Leave a comment on the episode on YouTube. We read our YouTube comments, of course. And find us on Twitter @Legends Look Back. I'm Wake Up Freddy. Rick.
At Moistman Palpatine. Just kidding.
Oh my
at
gosh.
Rick_Grace.
And Emily.
At Darth Daybeck.
And Andrew.
I don't know. Don't follow me. Please don't follow me on Twitter.
Oh, man.
It's not a good look for the company.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. If you're looking to buy some of these books or some of these games, but mainly the books, and you want to help out, support the show, look up your book on Utini and click up the Amazon link and you'll find it there. Leave a review. Don't forget that. It gives us a lot of insight of what you guys think about these books as well. So let us know what you think. And remember, keep to the Utini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. Everyone, may the force be with you. We love you.